Here are the top 10 most charming small towns in South Africa. Today, we're ditching the big city hustle and venturing into the heart of South Africa. We're talking charming small towns, the kind of places where time moves a little slower and the scenery takes your breath away. Now, South Africa is known for its stunning landscapes and incredible wildlife. But trust me, these towns bring a whole different kind of magic. We're talking cobblestone streets, quaint cafes, and locals who greet you with a smile. It's the real deal, people. We've scoured the country, consulted the experts, and even bribed a few locals with biltong to bring you the definitive list of South Africa's top 10 charming small towns. So buckle up, grab a cup of rooibos tea, and get ready to discover some hidden gems. Because, let's be honest, who needs crowded tourist traps when you can have authentic experiences and Instagram-worthy views all to yourself? Let's get started. First up, we're heading to Clarens, nestled in the foothills of the majestic Maluti Mountains. Now, Clarens is known as the jewel of the Free State, and for good reason. This place is basically a postcard come to life. Imagine rolling hills, crystal-clear streams, and those sandstone cliffs that seem to glow in the golden hour light. It's enough to make even the most city-slicker heart skip a beat. But Clarens isn't just about pretty views. Oh no. This town is an art lover's paradise. We're talking galleries showcasing local talent, craft shops bursting with unique finds, and even outdoor sculptures that make you do a double take. You can literally feel the creative energy buzzing through the air. So, whether you're a seasoned art collector or just appreciate a good dose of creativity, Clarens is guaranteed to inspire your inner artist. Just don't blame me if you suddenly feel the urge to paint a landscape or sculpt a masterpiece out of biltong. Next up, we're taking you on a trip to Franschhoek, a town that's basically a love letter to all things French. Now, I know what you're thinking. Trevor, what's so French about a town in South Africa? Well, my friends, let me tell you. Franschhoek was founded way back in the 17th century by French Huguenot refugees. And let me tell you, they brought their A game when it came to winemaking. Today, Franschhoek is a world-renowned wine destination, boasting some of the oldest and most prestigious wine estates in the country. But hold up, it's not just about the vino. Franschhoek is also a feast for the eyes, with its Cape Dutch architecture, lush vineyards stretching as far as the eye can see, and those charming street cafes that just beg you to sit down and soak it all in. So, if you're looking for a taste of Europe in the heart of South Africa, Franschhoek is calling your name. Just remember to pack your beret and your most sophisticated wine-tasting vocabulary. Cheers to that. All right, folks, buckle up because we're heading to Knysna, a town that's basically South Africa's answer to a warm hug. Nestled right on the garden route, this place is all about those breathtaking views. Seriously, you've got the Indian Ocean on one side, lush forests on the other, and smack dab in the middle is the Knysna Lagoon. It's like nature couldn't decide what kind of beauty to show off, so it just threw it all together. And you know what goes great with a view like that? Fresh oysters. Knysna is famous for them, and trust me, they're the real deal. But hey, if seafood isn't your jam, don't worry. There's plenty more to dig into. Knysna is a melting pot of cultures, so you've got your pick of amazing restaurants serving up everything from traditional South African cuisine to international flavors. Now, let's talk adventure, because Knysna doesn't disappoint. We're talking hiking trails with views that'll make your jaw drop, kayaking trips through the lagoon, and even bungee jumping for those who like to live life on the edge. And for all you animal lovers out there, get ready to have your minds blown because Knysna is home to a whole bunch of incredible creatures, including the elusive Knysna seahorse. So there you have it, Knysna in a nutshell. Or maybe I should say, Knysna in an oyster shell. Either way, this is one spot you don't want to miss on your South African adventure. Next up, we're trading in the ocean breeze for something a little different, something a little more tranquil. Get ready to pack your fishing rods and your coziest sweaters because we're heading to Dullstroom, the fly fishing capital of South Africa. Don't let the name fool you though, this place is anything but dull. Nestled in the Mpumalanga province, Dullstroom is all about that small-town charm. Think rolling hills, crisp mountain air, and more trout than you can shake a fishing rod at. It's the kind of place where you can escape the hustle and bustle of city life and just breathe. And while you're at it, why not cast a line and see if you can't reel in a prize-winning trout? But Dullstroom is more than just fishing, folks. This charming village is packed with quirky shops, art galleries, and cozy pubs where you can warm up by a fireplace with a glass of locally brewed beer. And if you're a history buff, you'll love exploring the town's rich heritage, which dates all the way back to the 1800s. So, whether you're an experienced angler or just looking for a peaceful getaway, Dullstroom is the perfect spot to unwind, recharge, and maybe even catch a fish or two. Just don't blame me if you fall in love with the laid-back lifestyle. All right, beach bums and seafood fanatics, this one's for you. Get ready to soak up some sun and indulge in some seriously fresh catches because we're heading to Paternoster, one of the oldest fishing villages on the west coast. Now, Paternoster is known for two things: its picture-perfect white, washed cottages and its incredible seafood. Imagine strolling along the beach, the sound of waves crashing against the shore, and the smell of freshly caught crayfish grilling in the distance. It's basically a postcard come to life. And speaking of those cottages, let's just say they're basically begging to be Instagrammed. But don't think for a second that Paternoster is just about relaxing on the beach. Oh no, this little town has got adventure in spades. You can go kayaking with seals, explore the nearby Cape Columbine Nature Reserve, or even try your hand at sandboarding down the dunes. So, pack your swimsuit, your appetite, and your sense of adventure, because Paternoster is calling. Just be sure to bring your camera, because trust me, you're going to want to capture every single moment. Alright folks, buckle up, because we're heading to Graaff-Reinet, one of the oldest towns in South Africa. And when I say old, I'm talking old school. Like way before skinny jeans were a thing. Founded in 1786, this place has seen it all. Graaff-Reinet is like a living museum with more historical buildings than a history textbook. We're talking over 200 of them, all with those cute little gables and thatched roofs. You almost expect to see a horse-drawn carriage roll by as you stroll down the streets. But don't think for a second that Graaff-Reinet is stuck in the past. It's actually a vibrant town with a modern South African spirit. And let's not forget about the food, my friends. The Karoo lamb chops. Forget about it. You'll be licking your fingers and asking for seconds, maybe even thirds. Next up, we're off to Prince Albert, another gem nestled at the foot of the majestic Swartberg Mountains. Now, this town is named after a prince, so you know it's got to be fancy. And let me tell you, Prince Albert does not disappoint. Imagine strolling down the street, sunlight filtering through the oak trees. And boom! You're surrounded by these stunning Victorian-era buildings. It's like stepping onto the set of a period drama, only without the corsets and the stuffy etiquette. You can wear your comfy pants here, people. But the real star of the show in Prince Albert is the Swartberg Pass. This winding mountain road is not for the faint of heart, but the views? Jaw-dropping, absolutely breathtaking. It's enough to make you want to burst into a spontaneous rendition of "The Hills Are Alive," but maybe try not to scare the sheep. And speaking of sheep, Prince Albert is known for its delicious Karoo lamb. After a day of exploring the mountains, there's nothing better than a hearty meal featuring the local delicacy. Get ready to enter a world of magic and mystery, because we're heading to Hogsback. This place is so enchanting. Rumor has it that J.R.R. Tolkien himself was inspired by its beauty. That's right, the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings. He might have even sketched a hobbit or two while hanging out in these forests. And speaking of forests, Hogsback is home to some of the most beautiful and ancient forests in South Africa. We're talking towering trees, lush ferns, and waterfalls cascading down moss-covered cliffs. It's like stepping into a real-life fairy tale, minus the wicked stepmothers and talking animals. But the magic of Hogsback goes beyond its natural beauty. This town is a haven for artists, writers, and free spirits. You'll find quirky craft shops, art galleries, and maybe even a wizard or two. Okay, maybe not wizards, but you get the idea. So, if you're looking for a place to escape the ordinary and tap into your inner elf, Hogsback is calling your name. Just watch out for those hobbits. They're always up to something. Alright folks, we're moving on to number 9 on our list of South Africa's hidden gems. And let me tell you, this one is hot. Literally. We're talking about Montagu, a town where you can soak your worries away in natural hot springs. Now, you might be thinking, hot springs in South Africa. Trevor, Are you sure you haven't been out in the sun too long? But trust me on this one. Montagu is nestled in the Western Cape, surrounded by mountains, and it's famous for these therapeutic waters. But Montagu isn't just about relaxation, people. It's also got a rich history, evident in its beautifully preserved Cape Dutch architecture. Imagine strolling down streets lined with these charming buildings, feeling like you've stepped back in time. And if you're feeling a bit adventurous, Montagu's got you covered there too. You can go hiking, rock climbing, or even try your hand at wine tasting in the surrounding vineyards. Montagu, folks, it's got it all. Last but not least, we arrive at number 10 on our epic journey, St. Lucia. Now, this isn't your average coastal town, folks. St. Lucia is located within a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for good reason. This place is teeming with wildlife. We're talking hippos, crocodiles, elephants, leopards, you name it. It's basically like walking onto the set of a National Geographic documentary, but instead of David Attenborough narrating, you've got me. And speaking of incredible sights, St. Lucia also boasts some of the most stunning coastal scenery you'll ever lay eyes on. Think pristine beaches, towering dunes, and sparkling waters that stretch as far as the eye can see. So, if you're looking for a truly unforgettable adventure, St. Lucia is the place to be. Just, maybe leave the swimming costume at home when you're going for a stroll by the estuary. You know, for the hippos. And there you have it, folks. Our whirlwind tour of South Africa's top 10 charming small towns has come to an end. From the artistic haven of Clarens to the wildlife paradise of St. Lucia, we've explored some truly incredible destinations. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to pack my bags and book a one-way ticket to South Africa right now. But before you do, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing travel content. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure. Until then, stay curious, keep exploring, and as always, I'll catch you on the flip side.